Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fire Force Chapter 212. When we last left our heroes, a huge Infernal had appeared in the ocean with the Pacific Ocean Pillar, and was making way for the shore, where it was headed off by Company 2 and Kurono, who did not get a whole lot to do yet. But most importantly, the return of Juggernaut. And after realizing that normal firearms would not harm the Infernal, Honda had Juggernaut use this new gigantic cannon thing he has now to attack the Infernal, but Shinra got in the way because Shinra knows that for some reason destroying the Infernal will do massive damage to Tokyo, but Shinra still got hit by a giant cannon and fell into the ocean, and that's where we left off last time. So let's jump right into Chapter 212, Cooperation. Our cover picture here is of a mermaid. A battle breaks out on the water. Take the peaceful seas back. Chapter 2 of the Fire Force TV anime, coming summer 2020. And was summer 2020 already confirmed, or were we just assuming summer 2020 for now? I don't know. Anyway, it's summer 2020 if you didn't know yet. It's season 2. Anyway, my voice is really sore tonight, so I'm going to be doing a lot of water, more than usual. Which is really saying something, I know. Anyway, we open right where we left off, with Shinra falling into the water. A titanic infernal and a stone pillar suddenly appeared from the sea. Shinra, trying to protect the pillar, takes Juggernaut's attack head-on. Shinra-kun, and Juggernaut is just like, watch Shinra fall into the ocean. Why did you get in my line of fire? And Scop is now there, right in front of Juggernaut. Scop-kun, what are you doing here? And Scop is like clawing at Juggernaut's face. You can't destroy the pillar. Shinra was protecting it. Who cares about that? We have to save Shinra-kun. And Gustav comes over. Hey, what do you think you're doing? What are you doing, Juggernaut? You'll sink right to the bottom if you go in without equipment. But so Juggernaut was like going to jump into the ocean, but of course he can't because he has all this equipment. I don't know why my words are not coming out tonight. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Anyway, we see a pair of legs. I'm guessing that's Kurono jumping in. Yeah, Kurono just like dives into the water to save Shinra. And he goes swimming. And we see him like swimming, and he thinks, it's so much fun watching people drown. Why do I have to be the one to save him? And Director Oguro, I think was his title, walks up to Honda. Kurono will be saving Kusakabe-kun. When I tell him to do something, there's no employee more capable. And Kurono is approaching Shinra. He's completely unconscious. If I left him, he'd die. And Kurono grabs Shinra. We see, like, the front of Shinra's uniform is, like, torn up. I can't really tell if it's bloodied up, but it's definitely torn up. But Kurono grabs him. You're as weak as ever, Shinra-kun. It makes me so happy. And he swims up, carrying Shinra. Right next to the Infernal. I love this page, by the way. It's a great moment to get a sense of the Infernal scale. Like, holy fuck, that thing is huge. And Kurono looks up at it. Well, aren't you big and strong? Not very cute if you ask me. And he, like, jumps out of the way as the Infernal, like, splashes the water with its arm. And Scop yells out, is Shinra okay? And Juggernaut responds, I have to provide covering fire or they'll both be killed. You can't hit that pillar. Why not? That pillar is there to stop an undersea volcano. And Honda looks at Scop. What are you talking about? If the pillar's destroyed, magma is going to erupt from the seabed. It'd be a disaster for Tokyo. And then we cut back to Shinra and Kurono, who Kurono is like trying to keep his head above the waves. Kurono looks back. I'm gonna be in trouble too at this rate. Maybe if I drop the dead weight. And Oguro yells out at him, Kurono, you drop Kusakabe-kun is coming out of your pay. And Kurono like looks at him. Not my summer bonus. Okay, that's trouble. He's only saving Shinra for his fucking paycheck. Wow. And now the hand of the Infernal is coming towards Shinra and Kurono. And like the force of the hand drives them into the water again. And they hit the bottom, actually. And the Infernal just like stares down at him through the water. And Kurono looks up. Well, the summer bonus isn't worth my life. Maybe I really should ditch him. But then we see that there's now some fire burning from the Infernal's head, probably because he got hit. And Kurono looks at that confused. Nice! Good going, Juggernaut! And yeah, we see up top, Juggernaut has started his assault on the Infernal. If I curve the shot from here... Excuse me, and he fires again. And yeah, the missiles curve and then to hit the Infernal from behind. And they explode behind the Infernal's head. And Kurono reaches the shore where Oguro is waiting for him. And Kusakabe-kun... So, right, also Kurono's alone, apparently. And Kusakabe-kun, you didn't leave him, right? And Kurono just looks at him and pulls Shinra up out of the water. I've got him, relax. You could give me a hand at least. I'd get my suit wet. I love these two's dynamic. They're a lot of fun. Like, they're both super awful, but, like, they're fun. Oguro comes to him. The workday is not over. Now for the important part. I know. An attack like that didn't even make it flinch. Don't know what you expect me to do. And Oguro just asks him, so you'd rather deal with me? Not in the slightest. And he readies his, like, smoke monster thing. You know the one, from way back in the Hajime arc. And then he shoots off to deal with the Infernal. That ought to be handled then. And I've got myself a one-man, too. Talk about an unexpected bonus. Oh, I kind of forgot that they were traitors. But then why did Oguro demand him to be saved? Unless he's just kind of fucking around there. But Honda walks up. What do you think you're doing? He's a fire soldier. The second is going to be securing him for the army. He was Hajima's to claim first. So your company plans on interfering with army business. And the two of them just like stare each other down. No, but then Oguro breaks first. No, just stating our intention. But it looks like, is this spot there where Shinra was a moment ago? Because he's gone now. And Oguro looks up confused, and Honda asks, who's there? And is that... Oh, that's the Faerie guy. The dragon's henchman. And he's like floating upside down between Oguro and Honda. What the hell? How did you get like that? For me, it is thou that standeth on the ceiling. An introduction from above. Faerie of the Cataclysm Force joins the battle. A battle on the ocean is turning into a three-way conflict over Shinra. To be continued in chapter 213, an aerial struggle. Okay. So, let's kind of break this chapter down. The first 15 pages or so are really just a lot of, like, fun battle and, like, strategy and working out how to rescue Shinra. And this really great shot on page 7 of, like, the full body shot of the Infernal. God, that's such a good page. Okay. But yeah, it's mostly just, like, rescuing Shinra. You know, we see some more Kurono's thoughts. He hasn't really changed. Besides, this talk about money was never really a big thing in Hajime, as I recall, but it apparently is now, but, you know, that's just seeing new sides of a character. I think the real meat of the chapter comes in once Honda and Oguro start fighting over Shinra. It kind of brings the question, why does Oguro save Shinra in the first place if he's just going to turn him into the Whiteclads and get him killed? Also, the blurb calls it a three-way, for next chapter, calls it a three-way conflict over Shinra, but if Hajime is turning him into the Empire, that's Oguro's plan, is to turn Shinra into the Empire, and the Empire basically works with the Whiteclads at this point. Isn't it really a two-way conflict? Aren't Faerie and Oguro kind of on the same side here? Maybe it means more money for Oguro if he turns it in. If he turns Shinra in himself, and that's his motive. And then Honda, I'm assuming, is just like publicly saying we're going to bring him into the army. You know, we're gonna have him be a war criminal or whatever. And then privately, he's gonna like turn him over back to Obi. I'm guessing, just like by what we've seen of Honda and the build-up to the Cataclysm. That's like the two-way conflict, and then there's Faerie here, who is, I don't know, because Oguro can't fight also, so I honestly don't know what Faerie is going to do here. I mean, Honda can fight Faerie, certainly. But, like, is Juggernaut going to help out? Is Faerie trying to buy time for the Infernal to reach the shore? I don't know. That's something we'll have to find out next time. So that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!